Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Bell Astrology Podcast. I'm your host and astrologer, Ashley, and we are stepping into a new season. It's Libra season, the season of beauty and balance and connection. So on September 22nd, the sun shifts into the sign of Libra. This also marks the fall equinox here in the Northern Hemisphere, the spring equinox in the Southern. This is the time of equal day and equal night, which is the essence of the sign of Libra: equilibrium, balance, harmony. And so, if you are in a 4 season climate like I am, you can feel this shift in the air. There are mornings that are so crisp, followed by golden afternoons. Nature is putting on her best show right now. Vibrant colors. This is the season of transformation. And there's so much gathering and this vibrant buzz of energy in the air. There's festivals going on, football games, apple orchards, and pumpkin patches. The scent of spice is in the air. There's this just hum of laughter. And Libra season carries with it this buzz. It carries with it this vibrancy, this call to really gather. And so Libra is the 7th sign of the zodiac. It's a cardinal sign. Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet of love and beauty and artistry. This is the sign, the archetype of the harmonizer, the lover, the diplomat, the artist. Libra seeks to beautify, to bring balance, to create an atmosphere of grace and connection. Think about just the style shift that happens during this season. It happens so naturally where we're decorating differently. You just notice like porches are getting decorated with fall favors, where style has transitioned into this softened flannel. We're wearing boots. We, and by we I mean me, are craving a deliciously dark and smooth red wine by the fire. Libra season is aesthetic. It's beautiful. It's about elegance and charm and the subtle ways that we can invite beauty into our lives. So, this season always begins with the autumn equinox or the equinox. This reminder that balance is not static, balance is alive. And so, this is the season where we really want to notice and pay attention to where we've come out of balance. Maybe where things you're going to notice, or maybe where you have given too much and not received on the other end. That could definitely come into focus during Libra season. Libra season teaches us that the most important relationships is the one that we hold with ourselves. We're going to talk about relationships in this episode because you can only love someone to the depth that you love yourself. So let's meet Libra more fully. So, Libras, hi Libras, happy birthday Libras. You are the mediators. You are the peacemakers. You are the artists. You are the artists of relationships. You bring people together, Libra. You hold space for so many perspectives and options. And we thank you for that. We thank you for your diplomacy, your ability to gracefully balance this lifetime. Libras value fairness. Libras value harmony and connection. But of course, like every sign, there is a shadow aspect. I see you, Libras. This is the sign of indecisiveness. With so many options, with so much mental balancing, sometimes it's hard to make that decision. There's codependency, people pleasing, superficiality. We get it. You're beautiful, Libra. There's this desire to avoid conflict. I know this. I know this very intimately. I have a Libra midheaven. So I want to partner. I want to please. I want to beautify so hard. I know this sign. Libra can lose itself in the other. And I think we can all recognize this part of ourselves. We all have Libra as part of who we are in some fashion. And I think that the lesson of Libra is learning how to balance relationships and independence, to honor that connection that we have to ourselves, well, the connection that we have to others, but also just staying true to ourselves in that relationship. And so that's a lot of the essence of what this season is about. Now, if you are a Libra, let's say you have your sun in Libra. Well, first of all, happy birthday. Happy birthday. This is your time to shine. Book your appointment with me. It's your birthday month. Let's celebrate you. You get 15% off your reading with me when you book virtually between September 22nd and October 21st during Libra season. You know what to do. Head over to ashleybelastrology.com and schedule your birthday reading with me. I can't wait to talk to you. But Libras, you carry the essence of the artist, the lover, the harmonizer. And we thank you for that. Libras are an air sign. Libras are ruled by the planet Venus, and they're a cardinal sign. So there's this undeniable sweetness, this warmth, this friendliness of this archetype. Sweet Libras, you are the visionaries, the ones that instinctively know what goes well together. You're the designers, right? Whether it's canvas on a color or canvas on a painting or patterns in a design or even just people in the room, you can identify what just is so beautiful together. You came to make this world more beautiful, Libra, more just, more loving. And we thank you for that. Now we also see your shadow aspects, right? We all have them, right? The lower embodiments of this sign can show up as, like we talked about a little bit, indecisiveness, people pleasing, this tendency to skim the surface. Sometimes Libras lean into superficiality, but that's just because they're so beautiful. They want to surround themselves with the most beautiful things because they're the charmers. They are beautiful. You can spot a Libra in the room or someone who has a lot of Libra essence, but they also can have a dependency on the other. So these are all the challenging aspects of what Libra came here to experience this lifetime, learning to find their own center, their own truth, while honoring the connections that they make because they are natural connectors. Ultimately, Libra, you came here to master this delicate balance between the self and the other, to love, to design, to harmonize, and to show how beautiful life can be when you bring in balance and fairness and beauty. And you can have both. Now, if you're someone who has a Libra moon, or you know a Libra moon, this energy just goes even deeper. The moon here craves harmony. It needs partnership. It needs balance. And so you are really doing that constant emotional balancing, weighing out the options. You may have difficulty choosing, and you can definitely have a tendency to people please just to keep the peace, sacrificing your own emotional needs in order to do that. That's part of your lesson here. Some Libras may be avoidant to actually commit. The relationship aspect is front and center for this sign. You may also, if your moon is in Libra, be someone who is really dependent. It all depends on your chart and where you're at on your journey. But the medicine for Libra is to remember that your happiness matters too. Your voice matters. Your opinion matters. And this sign shines the brightest when you can express your truth, your true desires, without losing yourself in the other. So that's Libra, the essence. I want to take some time now and talk about why this time is so significant, this time of year. What is it asking for us? We're all going through this season together. Well, first off, it's the autumn equinox. It marks the midpoint of the year in astrology. So remember, in astrology, we begin the year with the spring equinox in Aries season in March. And now we are 6 months later. And so this is a time to pause and recalibrate, to check in, to look how far you have come since March. How are you doing? We are on that decline, that down slope of the year. So it's a great time to reflect on your intentions. What did you set out to accomplish for this year, and how are you doing with that? And a good time to really analyze and think about what needs to give, what is taking from you, what needs balancing. Okay, so Libra season brings in the theme of relationships, because relationships is the zodiac sign for Libra. And so this time frame is about becoming really intentional with the connections that we have with our partners, with our families, with ourselves, with our businesses. It's a really beautiful season for reflection, connection, and designing what you want your life to be, not just physically, but also spiritually and emotionally. Because this is a harvest season. This is a spiritual harvest season. The seeds that we planted 6 months ago under that Aries equinox, that's all beginning to blossom. And mark your calendars for October 6th, because that is the full moon in Aries. And so that's the official 6-month marker of when you planted your seeds of intention for the year under the new moon in Aries. So this is a great time to honor and celebrate, or just take time to appreciate what has emerged over the last 6 months. What needs recalibration? What needs a little bit more alignment? Cardinal seasons are for action. So Libra's a cardinal sign. And this is the third cardinal sign of the year. And so if you want to make a change, start something new, or maybe you need to start something new, need I remind you that we just left that cleaning house eclipse season. You're going to feel that over the next 4 weeks. The conditions are supportive, and let me tell you why. So this year, Libra season comes on the heels of eclipse season. We know this. Oh, we know this. So we just had that new moon solar eclipse in Virgo, and its energy is still lingering. It is rippling still, because eclipse season continues to emerge 3 to 6 months after, sometimes longer, amplifying everything. And so the waves of emotion and desire and change, they're still with us. And so Libra now asks us to navigate these intensities with grace, to seek harmony, to negotiate conflict wherever possible. Now, while Libra is known for beauty, known for elegance and charm and diplomacy, we must not forget that this is a cardinal sign. Libra is one of the most initiative-driven air signs. It is the most initiative-driven air sign. They may not prefer to push aggressively, but they are wired to take action and to dive headfirst into ambitious projects. And so this season, we're exploring relationship dynamics in a deeper way, cultivating meaning and intentional connections rather than the typical lighter social connections that we feel during the regular Libra season. And I'll tell you why. Because adding to this intensity, Mars enters Scorpio the same day that the Sun enters Libra. Mars loves being in Scorpio. It is completely home here in this sign. Mars brings action. Mars brings intensity and energy and passion and focus. This is fueling our desire and our drive. Mars has been in domicile, kind of restricted for this year. So if you felt like your momentum or your, not aggression, but just your ambition has been a little bit hindered, expect that to change. Expect that to change as Mars moves into Scorpio. On top of this, Venus, which is the ruler of Libra, is in Libra. It's also in its home. So we have this beautiful mix of sweetness, romance, with strategic intimacy, I'm going to call it. That result makes this Libra season one that everyone's going to notice across the zodiac. So, who's going to feel this most intensely? Of course, is going to be the cardinal signs: Libra, Aries, Cancer, and Capricorn. They're going to be strongly activated. But we have to look at the fixed signs too. You're not off the hook here. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, because with Mars moving into Scorpio, fixed sign, Pluto is dancing through Aquarius, which is a fixed sign. These energies are heightened too, activated. And so that intensity of this season is really going to be noticed across the zodiac. So as we move through this season, this is a time to pause, to really assess. Not pause long term, but just take a moment to reflect, because this is an action season. This is a cardinal season, and act with intention. Relationships, beauty, fairness, balance. These are the themes that are at the forefront of this season. But so is focus and intensity and building momentum. It's a totally different energy shift than the normal Libra season that we would experience. So pay attention to where your energy is going. Consider how you want to carry this blend of sweetness, diplomacy, passion into this next chapter of the year. Now, whenever we enter a new season, I always ask, what is this season teaching me? So for Libra season, where am I being invited to bring in more balance into my life? And a key for everyone is to look at your chart and see where you have Libra, because it rules over a house, a specific area of your life, and that's what's being highlighted by the sun as it travels through Libra. So where are you being called to soften and bring more beauty, bring grace to your efforts? And how can you nurture your relationships with others, with yourself? How can you create beauty in your surroundings, in your choices, in the way that you are showing up every day? Now, take note, we already talked, there's going to be a full moon on October 6th. This one's in Aries. It's an important one. This one is going to really be spotlighting accountability in relationships. It is where you are really being asked to show up in a big way, and how far you have come. What are you celebrating from that new moon that happened in Aries back on March 29th of this year? And then we have a new moon in Libra happening on October 21st. And this is your chance to really set your intentions around relationships, around collaborations, around harmony. This is a beautiful time to plant loving seeds of balance around connection, because the timing is so beautiful here. This is happening right before the sun shifts into Scorpio. So as the sun shifts, as we all shift into the depths of Scorpio season, what are you going to be taking with you into those depths? Now, closing this episode, Libra, ruled by Venus, love, beauty, artistry, reminds us to take a pause, recalibrate, savor, soften. How can you bring some grace into this moment here? Since we're at the equinox, notice the balance of the light and the shadow, the inside and the outside. Celebrate both sides of yourself. The parts of you that shine and the parts that stay in the dark. True harmony is when you embrace them all. That's true wholeness. And so, if you need to find some balance, if your life feels out of sync, this season is calling you back home to really nurture your most important relationships and invite more beauty into your world. Create more beauty and connection, both within you and around you. Now, as we close this episode, I just want to send you all my light and my hope for your journey as we progress through this second half of the year. Libra season is such a beautiful time of harmony and grace and love, but it's also a season of activation, and that energy is available to all of us now. It's charged, it's passionate, and it's ripe for creating balance in your life. And so, whether you're starting new, you're cultivating a new relationship, you're mending a connection, you're stepping deeper into intimacy, I hope this season empowers you to use this sweet and diplomatic, passionate energy to really accelerate your growth, to align with your highest intentions, navigate your relationships with clarity and with confidence. Let this be the time where elegance and charm and vision of Libra really guides you. I'm wishing you the most balanced, creative, beautiful, and inspired action season. From my heart to yours, now.